All right, I literally just fucking recorded this entire section, and it wasn't on the right screen, so you couldn't see my screen, and now I have to do the whole thing again. So here we go. It is day 5 of the documentation of recording the Fuck me, bro. I'm just gonna fucking keep this in here. I don't even give a fuck anymore. Fuck that. It's day 5. Recording YouHook.com, documenting the creation of YouHook.com. Okay, day 5. Let's get right fucking into it. And if you're wondering why I have a hat on, because it's still New Year's and I still want to celebrate. So fuck yeah. All right, let's get into it. Boom. Here's my screen. Let's get right into it. So the first thing that we updated today, one little thing before I get into the main update for today, is we added a new category. The new category is a medical field category, right? The reason why we added this is because we recently found a new rental company, some potential competition to our rental company, and it's called, I believe, Cloud of Goods. And they got really popular because they specialized, and they kind of really blew up off of their medical supplies that they offered. And what they were basically supplying to people is medical supplies like wheelchairs and those like scooter go-karts that people sit in, like the diabetic people sit in, and like beds for hospital beds, all that type of stuff. And they kind of got really popular because of that, and there's a lot of demand for this type of stuff. So we decided to add a medical category. Boom. That's the first thing. The next thing, if we go to rental manager, right? Can this please load? Boppity bop bop. Bro, half the fucking video is going to be loading. Boom, okay. Boom, we're here. Now, I'm trying to do this as fast as possible because I already did this once and I'm fucking pissed. So, today, we spent a bunch of time, right? So we got done the calendar, right? You see here the calendar. We got done the calendar section of the rental manager, and now we got to active rentals, as you can see right there. Now, when you're creating a brand new page from like scratch, it's best to always visualize what you're gonna make on just like a scrap paper or whatever. Just kind of visualize everything. So that's kind of what I did here for the active rentals. It's very fucking rough. You probably can't see it. It looks like a potato. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, this took me about like an hour to do because there's a bunch of like little flows that you have to kind of remember. And if you don't do it right the first time, like if you miss one little thing and you do, let's say like 30 frames and you just missed one thing, you're gonna have to just redo the 30 frames. So it's very important when you're designing a new page from scratch to visualize everything before you actually start designing. So that's what I did with the active rentals, because this is probably one of the hardest, most challenging parts of this entire app is going to be this part, which is active rentals. That's why I spent so much time kind of visualizing it and making sure everything is perfect and making sure all the flows are very, very good. So while I was doing that, I had a bunch of sticky notes up here. I removed a lot of them because I added it to the sheet, and I just kept a couple of them just for little reminders. But after I visualized everything, I realized that it would be probably useful to include the rental summary on the side here. So when they click on their rentals, their upcoming rentals, or their active rentals, they can see like the receipt kind of like on the side. So I left it in this kind of position here where you have like the main part of the main part of the page here, and then you kind of have like info and kind of side part here where stuff can pop up. Now, when I did that, I realized that we could have upgraded the rental request part. So then, before I actually started the active rentals, I decided to go back and review what we had going on here. And here's what we did. Before, when you would click on a rental request, the rental summary would just pop up right in front of the screen as a pop-up, and then it would like blur the background. You already know what pop-ups look like. Excuse me. So what we did is I kind of just decided to put it in on the side similarly on how I'm going to do it in the active rentals. So now anytime you click on a rental request, so let's say you clicked on this one, boom, it'll pop up on the side here. You can review it and then you can approve or deny it. So let me just walk you through everything we actually had to change. And let me walk you through everything that the kind of the flow that's going to happen here. So, right, you click on it. The first thing you'll notice is you have a little calendar. So when you click on the calendar icon, boom, it pops up a little calendar with the rental dates visible. You know, you can see the days, you can see when it's happening. It's easier to visualize, easier to make a decision on the spot. You don't got to pull out your phone. So we added that little feature. And obviously we added the versions of, let's say the rental was on a span of over 1 month. So it'd be like the end of the 28th to the 3rd of the 1st. So to the 3rd day of the next month, my bad. So we added that, obviously. Continuing, the next thing you'll see is just simple scrolling. So, okay, actually, I forgot to show you the entire page. So actually, the rental summary, right? This isn't the whole rental summary right here, right? Obviously, that's not the whole rental summary. This is the entire rental summary page. And actually, some things we added to the rental summary page was for delivery, we added the delivery location that the user incorporated. The fuck was that? Whatever. We added delivery location, and then for local pickup spots, we added the meeting location, which is mostly going to be useful for the renter to see where the meeting location is. So we added those two things in, and this is basically this whole thing. This whole rental summary page is basically what fits into right here. So that all fits into there. So now let's get back to the scrolling. So since that all fits into there, you know, we kind of had to show how the scrolling works for the developers to understand what's going on. So boom, right, you scroll down. This top portion stays the same. This bottom portion stays the same. Now, let's say you want to approve or deny. So boom. So now when you hover over approve, it expands, and then the deny button kind of shrinks. Right, you click on it, then you have to confirm. If you don't click confirm and you swipe away, then the approve or deny buttons both come back and it kind of resets. Now it'll just walk you through clicking the deny button. It's the same thing. Click the deny button expands, the small one shrinks, the approve one shrinks. Boom, confirm, and then you actually hit confirm, and then it starts to load. And then once it's done loading and it all proceeds, there's going to be a little, hopefully it's not blocked by my screen. There's going to be a little animation down here, and it's going to turn from the confirmation button to the denied button or the approved button or whatever it is that they did, the action that they took. And then, you know, you get a little success message, request denied, and then this changes over here. It goes from requested and it changes to denied. Oh, that's actually one thing I forgot to mention. So previously, over here, the two buttons actually just said approve or deny here. But since we're not doing a pop-up anymore, it feels redundant to have an approve or deny button right here and then another one right here. So we removed that. And since we removed that, we also changed the words over here. So previously this said pending, right? So you have approved requests, denied requests, and pending requests, indicating that the owner hasn't looked at the request yet. So instead of just writing pending, which is a little bit confusing, it's just going to say requested. So it's like Elliot Crispin requested the trailer, right? So that's kind of easier to understand. And then we added the needs review, meaning the owner needs to review it, right? And then obviously if it was approved or denied, you can just see view summary. And this is what view summary is, this entire little section. Okay, so now let's continue. Now, if you're in the view summary kind of mode, you can scatter through all of your requests and you can click on another one. So here is an example of the user clicked on another one. He clicks on it. The view summary thing, little text goes away because it just makes it feel like you're on that one. Like, okay, yeah, I'm clicked on this one. That makes sense. Obviously, here's the little, approve sign. Boom, boom. What else do we got? And yeah, that's where we left off for the day. Now, here's where I left off until I figured out that I wasn't fucking recording properly. So, need a deep breath, damn. Okay, so now this may seem like it's not a lot, but keep in mind that we also had to, visualize the entire active rentals portion, which actually is very difficult and much, much harder than it seems. So, yeah, we got as much done as possible for the day. And, we're going to continue forth. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is the active rentals. And, this just goes to show why you actually need to visualize everything and you need to make sure everything is perfect before you start designing. Because literally in this case I showed you right here, we designed over like 15 panels here. And then another better idea came up. And then now we had to redo all of this. So literally, instead of wasting 2 hours doing this, I now wasted, let's say, 4 hours because I had to go back and redo everything. But that's just the price it's going to take to do good work, Oh, it's actually more than 15 panels. I forgot to mention. It's actually all this. So it's more than I actually expected. It's like 35 panels over here. But it's just the price. It's just the cost that it takes to do good work, we're not trying to put out a shitty product. We're trying our very, very best to make this product as best as possible. And, this is just the process. This is just the process that we're going through, We're going to have to rinse and repeat. We're going to have to redo a whole bunch of shit. We've done it so many fucking times. But it's all going to be worth it, and it's going to be okay. I'll see you on day 6 I'll see you on day 6 of YouHook documentation and updates. But yeah, Happy New Year. Peace the fuck out.